Are you okay, bro?
Anime has so much to offer in the form of diabetes, testosterone, and cancer. Wait, no, I meant cute. That it's no surprise when the latest entry of Will He Smash His Sister ends up being the talk of the town. There's 3 of those this season, but what is a surprise is when some goofy comedy anime about a deer girl ends up outshining it all because of a viral meme made by an excellent marketing team. Or My Deer Friend Nokotan is the latest and greatest addition to wait, anime is funny? Joining Hall of Famers such as Whiny Goddess Girl and Teacher licking pee off the ground. All founded upon our new anime overlord, with this girl, Koshitantan, being the main character whose job it is to overreact to the force of nature that is this wacky deer girl, who also maybe has a penis. Koshitantan is an ex-delinquent who doesn't want to be a better person, but instead deceive people into thinking she's a better person, and also not a virgin. She's not very good at it. However, her plans are ultimately thwarted by the aforementioned deer girl. The penis doesn't make it gay, I think. Who has decided that Koshitantan will be her caretaker and deal with the chaos that is, well, her existence. Being the absurdist gag comedy that it is, that's pretty much all there is to the plot, since it's primarily an episodic ordeal of introducing new characters to play into the silliness of the premise and join the meme lord's harem, inadvertently playing into the degeneracy that is the gangster's paradise. These additional characters come with their own set of quirks, like Purple, who is a crazy cis lover more so than Araragi from Monogatari, or Green, who just kinda wants to be a deer herself, as well as a couple of other girls who I also couldn't be bothered to remember the names of because they're not my wife husband, with all of them existing mostly just to aid Nokotan and bullying Koshitantan because she's a goofy goober who's watched too much Spider-Man and kinda deserves it. These characters don't necessarily go through any development of sorts, aside from Koshitantan realizing she's sexually attracted to deer. Thus, when coupled with the lack of any real plot, the entertainment from this anime relies entirely on the jokes, gags, comedic timing, and overall production values, which I can happily say that it doesn't disappoint on any of those fronts.
Dude, those animals are so fucking funny, they make me want to merge without looking!
While it's no Nichijou in terms of the animation department, being a lot more like Lucky Star in that regard, the cheap factor of the anime actually helps to sell the comedy better, like with the constant CG deer, because they feel out of place and that pairs extremely well in this type of comedic setting, especially when they do opt to get a bit crazy with the animation, while the jokes themselves are about as frequent as the ones in this video. Have another one. Is that fucking deer, Jesus?
These bullshit's blazing! Still my heart is blazing!
Which is usually enough to keep you giggling throughout the episodes, even if you're not consistently busting a gut, just like my video, so hit subscribe, with the anime adding in its own jokes that understand the core theme of the series well enough that they mesh nicely with the ones from the manga. And while it's no Bocchi the Rock level adaptation where it amplifies the source material so much that it becomes its own thing, it is serviceable enough to get you to laugh at the funny deer, and that's all it really needs to do. But it's too bad I fucking hate deer.
How racist are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'd like to say 10.
The jokes themselves rely heavily on just how wacky everything is, which is pretty normal for this type of comedy, but that also means that this isn't gonna be for everybody, as the anime is one that works great in meme format with short, out-of-context clips, as shown in this very video, but in context, people may not vibe with them the same way as a result of their execution, with some potentially finding the comedic timing not up to snuff and therefore not finding the lead up to the jokes, and thus the jokes themselves, as funny as they should be, while others may find Koshi's hilarious overreaction to everything a bit annoying when it's several times an episode and not just a one-off thing, especially if they don't like typical anime comedies and their overuse of the straight man, which is a role that exists solely to react to shit like this.
I knew she had a penis.
And while I don't necessarily agree with any of those sentiments, I do personally feel that the anime would be even funnier in a shorter, 10-minute time frame to make everything a lot more punchier and more indicative to how it originally memed and marketed itself, to have you, or me at least, consistently busting a gut in turn. However, I acknowledge that comedy is subjective and how you like it served or your salad tossed is completely up to you. So while it is a good show, it's definitely one that you're gonna need to see for yourself to determine if it's truly the funniest anime this season.